Yo, this is Nick D.
I'm Brie K, and this is Kasari.
You already know what it is, man. It's William Cater.
Yo, this is DJ Lost and Found from the Missing Link podcast.
Hey, what up? It's Miss Hero from Pew Army.
This is Stephen the Levite.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy YP, a.k.a. Young Paul. You know what I mean? Representing the East Coast, New York, Jersey, stand up.
And you're tuned into the That's Not
Christian Podcast. Woo!
Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to That's Not Christian Podcast. It's me, Ant. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where everybody else is, but I mean, I got a guest with me today. So Miss Darrell was good.
What's up? It's Darrell, but it's okay. Everyone gets it wrong.
Sorry,
and it's a good, it's fine. I promise. Everybody does that. It's Mitch Darrell. Happy to be here. Super excited. I don't know where everybody is either, but
I don't know. I logged in. Mitch was already on. And you know what's funny? I wasn't even supposed to be on. I was at church, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And then I was like, you know what? I made it. And Mitch was already on. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh snap, Mitch beat everybody.
That's funny.
And the guy that's supposed to be here, Jay, I don't know where he at. That dude is missing. So
man,
I don't know what's going on, bro.
I give him a hard time.
Oh, yeah, no, we definitely got to give him a hard time. Young Slick in the comments said, oh, shoot, I watch his reactions.
Appreciate you. Yeah, that's where most people know me from now is YouTube reactions. So I appreciate you watching.
Yeah.
He's the reaction guy. I'll take it.
So what's going on, man? Look, it's just us, so we can do whatever we want.
Kick
so
it.
Yeah,
Works for me.
For real. So, all right. So, Mitch, now, how long have you been in the space?
Really not that long. Technically, like 2018-ish.
Okay.
So, like, was that 6 years, maybe? Almost 7? So not that long.
Yeah. Man, time flies, though. 6, 7
It really
years.
does. Yeah, it kind of flew by. I didn't know CHH existed, really, until 2018. I knew who Lecrae was, but I didn't know there was a whole space of people doing what Lecrae did, so...
Bro, I'm with you on that. I was the same way. I didn't know, like, obviously, you know, you hear Lecrae, right? Because he was the more mainstream dude. And even then, I didn't really listen to him. I might have heard a couple of songs or whatever, but dude, when I seen somebody say CHH, I'm like, what are they talking
What's
about?
that?
Yeah, what is CHH, right? I didn't have a clue. So I'm with you on that. I didn't know anything about it. And we kind of fell into this, really. Because we never even really got into it to interview CHH artists or give opinions or anything like that. So it just so happens we were in the same spaces, and then they were like, oh yeah, you could come on the show, and then it evolved into that. So
right.
It's like, all right, well, cool.
Crazy
but
how God works.
I know, right? But you're doing your reactions to? You reactions to CHH music videos?
Yeah. So
right?
CHH, so I react to indie CHH artists, and then obviously the bigger ones like Reach Records artists and stuff. And that happened by accident because I was doing music since 2018. I always kind of like making little videos and stuff. I studied communication and journalism. So like I always wanted to make a YouTube, but basically it just sat with like a music video on it for the longest time. And so, do you know Bookkeeper? The Bookkeeper 24/7 CHH blog? He kind of has pared back a little bit, but he was like one of the first blogs I found that posted like indie CHH stuff.
Okay.
When I started making it, and so he wanted to pair with me back in 2020-ish to just do like Zoom interviews for like indie artists. So we did like 30 of them. I got to interview like Dayton. I think I interviewed Michael at one point. And so I got like a nicer camera, and I was like, we're gonna level up the show. And then I was like, wait, I have a nicer camera. I can start making YouTube videos. So I just started making random YouTube CHH like videos where I just talk about random stuff in the space. And then one of my supporters was like, you should do reactions. And I was like, I don't really think I want to do that. He was like, Lecrae dropped Spread the Ops. And he was like, you should react to that. So I was like, whatever. So I did it. It did great. And I was like, I'm just going to keep doing this. And then people were like, you should react to like indie artists. And I was like, sure. And now it's been 2.5 years of me reacting to all types of CHH stuff, and now people know me as that's the reaction.
Right. That's crazy
It
how
is
you
crazy.
could, how like that wasn't even the plan, and then it just kind of brush it off and look. That's wild.
God, it's crazy.
So now, artists, right? You've interviewed a few. Who would you say are some of your favorite interviews?
Oh man. I always had so I ended up stopping doing the interviews just because they were nice, but I had way more fun interviewing like my friends. So like Q Flow, like Alcott, like those are guys that I like am in a group chat with and talk with. Just a lot more fun because I could just be myself. I'm trying to think. The Dayton one was really cool.
LNF, Pod Life.
Pod Life gang. I think the Dayton one was one of my favorites because the way I got on his radar was in 2020. For fun, which I realized fun is discouraged in CHH sometimes. I made a fake kind of parody of Kendrick's Control verse, directed at my friends, like making little like silly jabs at them or whatever, and it got taken as real by people who weren't like in on the joke.
Yeah.
And so it like spread across the space, and then Dayton saw it, and it was right when he was doing was it CHH is Not Dead?
Yes.
And so he's doing this rollout, and he sees that like the indie artists are dissing each other, and he goes this whole rant talking about I can't believe, he was like, I'm so discouraged. I'm doing CHH is Not Dead, and we're going at each other. And I was like, what? And I look, I still look up to Dayton, but back then I hadn't ever spoken to him. So I was like, this is the worst first impression. Like he thinks I'm like trying to cause strife. This was just and eventually we got it like cleared up. And that was our first time getting to speak since then. But I was like, do you remember the diss track that happened? And you went on this huge rant calling out all the indie CHH jabs. It was all stupid stuff. Like I said, what did I say? I can't even remember. Like, what was it? Thomas, my friend Thomas Iannucci, he's Hawaiian.
Yeah.
So I said something like, I'm giving him a Hawaiian punch or something stupid. Like it was clearly a joke. But people that didn't get it. And people were coming at me for that. I remember being like real. Anyway, we won't go back there.
Were they really upset though? Like,
people were saying mean things to me. They were like, who does this guy think he is? And like, what type of diss track? And I was like, this isn't real. Like this was, I thought it was clearly a parody, but I don't know. People kind of love the drama, and people didn't really know me then. So they didn't know my motives, but I thought I made it clearly funny. But no, that actually caused a couple of bad days for me.
Goodness. All right, at least you didn't get into the mess like we got into, right? With the whole, what's this? What Crispy says? Says you the reason why folks say Christian rap is corny. That's Mitch sending jabs. So. Yeah, I was gonna say at least you didn't get into that mess like we got into when that whole thing blew up with Indie Tribe and YP and
you got like backlash for that?
We did, right? Because we had YP on. And so we had YP on, so that was like, all right, you guys are backing him, and you know what I'm saying? So this and that. And then I think we end up getting in. We were in a live with. Well, it wasn't really us. It was one of our guys. Was on a live with Rockstar, and then a lot of Indie Tribe was in the comments of the live. So there was a lot of back and forth, and it was crazy. But the whole thing was YP was really. He wasn't really trying to diss. He said let's step the lyrics up and kind of do a lyrical jab with each other. You know what I'm saying? And go back and forth, poking fun. And then, man, that just took off.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, dudes were angry. Yeah.
I remember I had a sneak preview of that because I had just done a song with Selena, and we had just started to speak, get to know each other. And he said that was a low time in CHA. It was.
Yeah.
I remember I had just done a song with Selena. So Selena, being the stand-up guy he is, called me. I remember I was at work, and he was like, can you step away from your desk for a second? He was like, I'm telling you this because we just worked together and I don't want any backlash to come. But I'm on this song with YP and it might cause some waves. He sent it to me and I was like,
yeah, yep.
This is going to cause some waves. And then, obviously that ended up kind of being a disaster. But yeah, I forgot. I think I do remember that y'all had him on. I don't really think he did anything. I understood his motives and like what he was trying to do. But again, people kind of assume the worst.
And it just took off from there, and it was crazy. I remember who was it? Indie Tribe had went on. They were doing like a reel on Instagram, and it was remember when they kept using that nope, yep, right? They were doing that. I think that E40, right? And then they were doing that like nope, this isn't CHH, and then yep, doing like they were going back and forth. But you could tell like they didn't want to acknowledge like or say his name or anything, but you kind of knew what they were alluding to when they were doing that. So it was crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it. There was a lot of controversy, so I don't know. It's crazy. Marcos Munoz, what's good? He says CHH fan hate it when their artists say some mid-controversial hot yeah. See, Christian artists make some wild waves and CHH fans get pitchforks.
That is true.
Yeah, yep. Christian dudes arguing over who loves Jesus more over an instrumental is hilarious. Grown men writing poetry to other grown men. That's one way to put it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. It's wild, man. So what I learned is, I guess depending on the artist, I end up learning that some of it isn't really that different from mainstream, right? So, a lot of them, there's still like that competitiveness in them, and sometimes they feel like they need to be better than the next person. So I noticed that, so I guess when I started learning about CHH, I thought there would be like more camaraderie. I thought, at least that's what I thought. I didn't, and I was new to it, so I didn't really know how it worked. So
right, and I'll say that there is. What's up, David?
David, where you been?
Honestly, I was begging him to make videos again, and he has been, so I love it. I feel like within a lot of the indie artists, there is a lot of camaraderie. A lot of us kind of, again, I'm in a group chat of like 35 different indie CHH artists. We all came in around the same time and we all worked together. It's still kind of, a lot of life I've learned is akin to like high school, where there's cliques and like there's the bullies and the popular. It's kind of like that in anything you're at. But I do think that there's a way to like find kind of your people in CHH. But when it comes to the competitive thing, so when I started rapping, I was never like secular. I always rapped about what I knew, and I was always a kid that grew up going to church. So before I knew CHH was a thing, I was making CHH essentially. Then I found out it was a thing, and I was like, okay, well, I'm a rapper. I got into the competitive nature of things. I started doing contests. I started winning contests, and then I was like, oh, okay, I have to like win more contests, and I have to like be the best, and I have to treat myself like I'm the best. And then that caused me to stop like loving rap and like making music for the right reasons. So I started, so my whole thing is rap should be fun. And that was birthed from a couple things. But the main thing was I had stopped having fun because I was so focused on like, I gotta be the best. And like, I have to be the best rap. When it's like, who really cares about who's the best? Like people are going to debate that till the end of time. I'd rather like have a community and fans and like bring people to Jesus and like have fun, as opposed to like, I'm the best and I'm miserable alone. You know what I'm saying? With my trophy that says I'm the best rapper. So yeah, rap should be fun.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, I mean it's subjective, right? When it comes to being the best and even trying to convince someone you're the best, right? It doesn't. There's gonna be somebody out there and be like, I doubt it.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you're gonna die, and then there's gonna be some new kid, and it's gonna be like, well, he's the best. And it's just like, I don't really, it'll never be a definitive best anyway. So you might as well just like do what you want to do.
Oh shoot! Look, I think we just got a new.
You're
Jimmy.
What's good, y'all?
What's
Just gonna
up?
be me.
You know, I had to tap in.
What's up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How's everybody doing?
Everybody's all right. Yo, we
I
just
know- Go ahead.
jumped straight into convo, yo. Like,
No, I was listening. You was talking about Mitch getting into CHH and not knowing that it was, you know what I mean? He was just doing what he knew.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
But I don't know what happened to Jay, yo. Jay disappeared.
No. so you just pulled up because you like, I'm gonna try to pull up.
Yeah. I just pulled up and
Me too. I was like, let me pull up. I got home early. I was like, let me
yeah,
pull up.
that's exactly what
And
happened.
then I see you, and I was like, wait, what's going on here?
And Mitch was on before. I was like, oh shoot,
I was trying
he's
not to be
on.
late.
Yeah. I was
we
like,
appreciate
yo,
you, bro. We appreciate you, man.
I'm telling you, yo.
Do I sound better?
You
Or
do.
no?
You do.
Okay, I didn't realize I didn't. Okay, we're good now. That's my bad.
Yeah.
you're good.
I
You're
know
good.
Jimmy pointed out. See what I'm saying, bro? I don't even pay attention to none of that. We just be talking. I don't
Just flowing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, you caught it. I didn't even catch that.
Yo, shout out to the chat.
Well, the chat, yo, David is here.
I saw that.
Legend.
I heard
that?
Mitch say that he tried to get him to do some videos.
Yeah, I was like, come out of retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My man came on the show. He got married and then he disappeared. He was like,
All right, he was like, yo,
he's
forget
like,
that. I got things
I
to
love the married life. I'm good. I don't need a pod no more.
do. Yo, look at it. Stop having fun with Jesus. Random dude that hates Mitch and the Carolina Panthers. This guy.
I'm not mad at people hating the Panthers. I hate the Panthers deep down.
Bring David in. David is in the chat.
They want him on the camera.
Oh,
yeah, I think that's what he meant.
Oh, you mean in here? Oh, okay. I was to say. I mean, that's up to him, man.
Yeah, why is Elena talking about
Ashanti?
Yeah.
Nah, because Angel Hall said Ashanti or Alicia Keys, who was more beautiful? Hard choice. Both women are beautiful. Bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm married.
And then
so,
LNF, that's why I said Ashanti.
man.
Bro, these guys.
Yeah, he's right though. That just came up recently. I think me and my wife was talking about that. But the crazy thing is they've been about Alicia Keys being the side piece.
Oh yeah. But
they
cool
celebrating like 14 years now, marriage, right? Or something like that.
And they cool. Then they all one
That's
big
wild.
family now.
That's wild.
Yeah. But anyway, so we were, like you said, Jim, you was listening, right? So we was Mitch was just saying how we was just basically saying how he fell into CHH, how he has that community. We were talking about how people clicked up because because I was saying, like, I thought it would be, I thought folks would work together more. Me coming in not understanding or how everything went, I thought everything was going to be like We Are the World.
Everybody holding hands.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's going to do a track with everybody. I just thought that's how it worked. Like, if I was a rapper, I could just call up Dayton and be like, yo, you going to jump on this track with me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For the Lord? Like,
right. No feature fee. Right?
No feature fee, right?
Just for the love of Jesus. Jesus
like,
paid
even
that,
now,
right?
like, you know what I'm saying? I thought I could just pull up my mic to Reach Records and interview Craig. Like, yo, we're doing this for the Lord, ain't we?
Yo, your man hit us up with a fee, right? He hit us up with a fee like 2,000.
Whole fee, right?
Yeah.
What? And he wasn't even, and it wasn't even like,
he wasn't even popping then.
It wasn't even
just getting started.
Yeah, he wasn't even big like that. So when he said that fee, was like, all right, bro, good luck.
Jesus paid it, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not doing
right.
that.
Dude said, as soon as he sat down, like, oh, no thanks, buddy.
Yeah. That's interesting. Like, I'm not surprised that there isn't, for lack of a better term, that kind of unity, right? Because, like, we all have different thoughts and philosophies and theologies, you know what I'm saying? So there's different camps, you know what I mean? What's crazy though, what I like is that hasn't been the case for like the podcasters, right? The creative space, like everybody, at least we've been fortunate enough to like have just about everybody we wanted to on the show. You know what I mean? We had Ruslan, we had the crew. You know what I mean? 520. We've had, you know, every now we got Mitch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, and it's always been love. You know what I mean? I think we just got to create those environments. You know what I mean? Where people are coming collectively and just building together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, set that example. You know what I mean? Be that change you want to see.
Yeah,
we're on the same team, so
Facts.
it doesn't make sense to not act like it. You know.
See what I'm saying? Go, yo, Reach, sign my man right here, man. You see, we're on the same team, man.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Just pull up. We're all on the same team, right? Word. I mean,
they throw me out like Jazz from Fresh Prince.
Yo, imagine. You gotta record that, bro. Like that'd be crazy. But maybe we can add another. I mean, excuse me, we can add the Creator Pod Life now since he's doing his pod.
Hey. Oh yeah, true.
That's
he
true.
is part of CHH Media.
That is true.
Oh, he got a pod now, so he got a.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be joining anytime soon.
He's out here somewhere. If I run into him, I'm like, yo.
Hey, join the chat now.
Join the chat, bro. I'm gonna need you to download Telegram in front of me.
Telegram. Join.
Like, do it right now. Yeah, do it right now.
Let me see you do it.
Yeah.
Nah, he gonna be like, but you know, the way my memory on my iPhone is set up, I can't really add any more apps.
Nah, bro.
Like, iCloud.
Yeah, right. Like, nah, bro. I know you got the 16 with the 1 terabyte.
The terabyte.
Yeah. Like, you lying, bro. Come on.
That's still not enough space though.
Bro. Whenever I first heard that they made a terabyte phone, I was like, who is that for? You know how much a terabyte is?
Yeah.
There's nothing good that can be on a device with a terabyte.
It's a bunch of screen recordings.
Nah, that's for my wife.
Movies.
Nah, that's for my wife. My wife will keep pictures from 10 years ago and still on her phone, yo. So,
like I need to access it at any given moment.
But I'm like, you know, you can put that on the cloud, right? Nah. I want to keep it on the phone.
Yeah, well, there's that fear. Like if you delete it from the phone, it'll be deleted from the cloud, and then what happens? Then you know what I mean? It's like,
right.
And then I'm gonna get yelled at for even suggesting it. So that's why she needs a terabyte. She has to continue this journey of photos.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. It's wild. So anyway. Well, we didn't touch on any topics yet.
I'm not even familiar with. Oh, my man, the dude from New York, huh?
Luigi.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of the other.
Nah.
Wait, what happened?
Selena's is Mitch's.
Yeah, the light topic.
Yo, put me on. What happened with Selena?
We can start with that. So it's not.
We can jump right into it.
Yeah. So it's not really Selena Gomez drama. So what happened was the whole reason I'm on here is because I tweeted. Man, seeing Selena Gomez talk about her relationship, she's dating Benny Blanco, the producer.
Yeah.
Well, I think writer, producer. They've been dating for a while now. And I said, seeing her talk about her relationship with him shows me that a lot of y'all are gonna just be alone and sad, and basically that she's a good example. And me seeing her example shows that a lot of people are miserable. And the reason I said that is because objectively, people say, well, Benny, I don't know if y'all know what Benny looks like. He doesn't, he got put as like one of the they call him like sexiest men of the, And so like people are laughing at that, and like even the interviewer asked her, like, he was named that almost as kind of like to bait her into being like, oh, that's absurd that they would name him that. But she goes off about how like she's so happy to be with him. She's lucky. They were friends first. He cares about every little detail about her. She couldn't be happier. And I'm like, all these people that see them together are like, how did he get her? And like, how could you possibly, when he did an interview with, I can't remember, it was a comedian, but he talked about how they were friends first. He always just treated her well, cared about her. And then she approached him about going out on a date. He didn't even know it was a date. She just said like, do you want to go to, it was like I think it was dinner. He thought it was just his friends. And then she said something like, I don't know if I should wear this tonight or on our next date or something. And he was like, this is a date? Like, I had no idea. And then they ended up together. And I feel like people care way too much about like what other people think. They care about how tall are you, how much money do you have, etc.
Mm.
What are other people going to think, and not like, does this person actually care about me and everything about me as a person and like the details and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's on that. What's your man's name? Kevin Samuels type stuff,
Right?
Mhm.
Honestly, rest in peace.
Yo, you said he got voted like the what did you say?
Yeah, they
The
call it.
sexiest man alive or something.
I don't
right?
remember what platform, but it was like one of the sexiest men of the year. I
Yo,
think.
he looked like a Jewish Post Malone. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, he looked like a Spanish little Dicky.
He really does. Shouts to the Dave Show, by the way. It was People Magazine 2024 Sexiest Man Alive.
That's wild. Who did it? Who's in charge of his PR? Because that's
top tier, right?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like objectively, by we'll say America's standard of beauty, he probably isn't. But like he seems to be like genuinely, she's like, I'm so happy, he's perfect, he cares about all the little things that make me me, as opposed to like, oh, he looks this way, or like he's this tall, or
Yeah.
like, you know. And it's not me, my call saying like date ugly people, but like
Right.
date somebody that care, like because they care
I mean, you're a little more attractive when you make more than six figures.
I knew somebody was gonna
your
say
man
that.
got a bag. You know what I mean? And usually the criteria is like you're 6'6", you know what I
Yep.
mean, 220, you make six figures or whatever. You know what I mean? Your man got a bag. So it's not like she was really like talking to the dude at Chick-fil-A or something.
No, that's true.
Really?
And that I figured somebody would say that. She does. I'm pretty sure she makes more than he does.
Mhm.
But it probably does help. But the thing that was cool to me was like, it wasn't just that they met at a party. Apparently they've been friends like for years.
Right.
So my other takeaway was like, hey, you know, and they say this a lot, but like, girls, your husband might be in the friend zone somewhere that you have just kept shelved, and he actually cares about you. That might be somebody to give a chance. It also might not be. But it possibly could be.
Why not?
Because some guys lurk in the friend zone, we'll say, and they don't actually want to
they're
be
plotting.
your husband. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I get you now. I get you.
Discernment, but you also where's Brie K to break this down? That's so funny because I was like, they might kill me for this take.
Nah, I mean, I feel you. So me and my wife we were kind of friends. I was always interested in her, right? But the relationship just didn't work out, and so we were like friends for a little bit, and that didn't last very long. You know what I mean? So sometimes you just got to play the friend zone. You know what I'm saying? You got to ride the bench for a little bit. You know what I mean? And then when the coach, you like, put me in, coach. You know what I mean? I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's game day. You got to be ready, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. He said, Helena said, is he considered?
Is Selena considered a catch?
He's the sexiest man alive, or whatever they said, man. What you mean? Is he a catch?
Selena, though, is she considered a catch? Ooh.
Like I think most people would say.
Like Mitch said that she probably got more bread than him, but I can't think of like the last thing she worked on.
She's on that.
She did a feature. She did a feature.
On a show,
right?
though.
Oh, what show?
Yeah, she's been acting. She's on that Hulu show. All what is it? Something Murders in the Building.
The one with Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Yeah, I missed that one.
I think.
Yeah, she hasn't been doing music really. She's been acting more recently.
And I think it's like 2 seasons in now. And if I'm
think
not
it's like
mistaken,
4.
they've been nominated for.
Y'all watch it? Y'all watch it?
Mm-hmm. Nah, I watched the first couple seasons of it.
It's good. It's a good show.
I liked it. I honestly liked the show.
What's the premise? What's it about?
Man, what's the best way to explain it? They have a podcast that they run investigating murders that happen in the building that they live in.
Oh, in the building.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of murders.
Yeah, it is. It's been like one every season, I think. So like 3 or 4. But it was pretty good for the few seasons I watched.
Okay.
Wizards. They did a Wizards of Waverly Place reboot that she was in an episode of, I think.
So she's getting the acting back. That's better. Might be better than the money. I don't know. I mean,
because they start doing the
consistent
syndications and all that. You know what I'm saying? There's a bag there.
Yeah. Thanks. So yeah, I mean,
so you ladies, so you're making a public service announcement saying, ladies, Your Prince Charming might be in the friend zone and you don't even know it.
It's okay.
Possibly. Definitely be careful with that. Don't just like date the first guy that says he's your friend. But really, like genuinely, so my biggest takeaway was like her saying, because I think he talked about on their, it was either her birthday or anniversary or something. He like rented out a movie theater and like moved out the seats and made it like built like a couch and then like had like a popcorn machine like in the room with them and had like her favorite like just like stuff that wasn't super extravagant, but it was all like her specific favorite things. You know, her
He was
favorite
listening.
movie.
He was
Exactly,
listening.
right?
Yeah,
and so
you gotta
like
listen, man.
just a guy who genuinely seems to care and like cares about like the small things. I feel like that should matter more than like, am I 6 feet? And of course I sound salty because I'm not 6 feet, but still.
But yo, like that's a marriage hack too. Is like you still gotta be listening to your wife. Like when you've been married for years, man. I've been married to my wife. We're gonna celebrate 25 years this month. And
Dang,
I still gotta pay attention to what she likes. You know what I'm saying? Like if she says she likes a certain movie, she likes a certain song, she has a craving for certain food, like I'm on it. You know what I mean?
Love it.
I'm on it, man, because you gotta be on. Listen, man, you gotta be on top of your game because I bet you there's a guy at her job that's ready to snatch up your wife. I promise you. You know, he's waiting for her. You know what I mean? But by the clock out machine, the time, the water cooler. Like, good morning, how you doing? Where's my hug? You know what I mean? Yo, I'm telling you, man, fellas.
Goodness, man.
You got to stay on top of your game, man. You know what I mean?
Scary out here.
Yeah, you got to continue to date your wife, man. It ain't, it ain't over once you say I do.
You take notes.
This guy's seasoned.
Listen, man.
25 years is crazy.
I'm trying to stay married. I'm trying to do another 25.
Wait, you 28? You said?
I'm 28.
Bro, you've been married almost as long as this dude.
Is. Your man was barely getting potty trained.
I was 3. It's 99. I don't even remember 99.
Great year.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
All right, so that's crazy though. That this whole Selena Benny Blanco thing, right? Because Jimmy, you mentioned the money thing, right? Money helps.
It does, bro. It does.
Money helps.
Because your man had the popcorn machine, right? If he didn't have the popcorn machine, it would just be another Netflix and chill.
Yeah,
he did put like a couch in the middle of the movie theater.
Yeah, he like built.
See what I'm saying? Like
you can't do that when you're broke.
Yeah, like Rent-A-Center don't have that, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You gotta be resourceful.
Yeah.
Money definitely, but the thing at least with her is like maybe she wouldn't have like dated the same dude if he did work at Chick-fil-A. But since she did have money, I feel like it's a little different where like she doesn't necessarily need somebody who makes like she can take care of herself type of thing, you know?
Right.
So I feel like women who aren't making millions of dollars, I get why they're kind of like, okay, well, I want a man who can provide and like makes maybe this amount, you know. But still, sometimes I feel like they're kind of lofty expectations as opposed to like reasonable and something like, and not focusing more on like the actual person as opposed to like what they bring monetarily. But
right. Because nothing about the character.
Right.
It's all height, weight, bank account. You know. Yeah. I mean, for sure, she definitely her income played a role and gave her the luxury to really kind of mess with this friend zone dude, but he wasn't broke either, you know what I mean? He got a list of hits he's tied to, so he's got a bag. He's not broke. It may not be he may not have like Selena money, but he'll be all right.
Yeah,
he's good. But now he got Selena money.
Yeah, right. This is our money.
He's ASAP Rocky now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, billionaire now.
We are
Right.
billionaires.
Hey, I mean, yeah. Hey, look at Jay.
Just
Look at
walked into the building.
Oh, perfect.
what?
Whoop.
This dude took a
Wow,
nap.
this
This dude took a
guy.
nap. He forgot.
Yeah.
He hit the
This
snooze
guy.
button and went back
A
to
wall
sleep.
of look at this guy.
I
Somebody
am
Yo,
in the
welcome
wall of
everybody.
shame,
I'm here.
What's up?
bro. Like
I'm
an
here.
hour
What's up,
late,
Mitch?
yo.
What's up? All is well.
All right, cool.
Yo, you been
What you guys
listening?
talking
You been
about?
paying attention?
No,
No.
see, he didn't even pay attention to what you said just now.
He said, "What?"
What's
Yeah,
up? What y'all talking about?
We're talking about Selena and Benny Blanco, man. Does the
Oh,
bag
okay.
play a role?
yes. Well, no, well, I don't know. Yeah, look at Jay-Z.
What a segue.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Dang, y'all talked about Benny already.
Yeah,
was
bro.
yeah.
They say someone in the comments say you look like Benny.
Wow. All right. Well, before you go to the next topic, just give me like the rundown of why you
Bro,
typed that on Twitter.
Bro, he just
Yeah.
said that. He
Nah, it's
Just give me
fine.
the
I
like,
rundown.
comment, and subscribe, yo.
Right. You hit the rewind button, man.
Now when you're
Basically,
live.
I mentioned that I feel like I saw Selena talk about how she ended up. She loves him because he cares about all the little details. Like he knows her. They were friends before they ever started dating, etc. And I was talking about how a lot of women seem to nowadays care more about like what other people think, or like how objectively we said Benny isn't by American beauty standards like a super attractive guy, but like she doesn't seem to care that people are like mesmerized that he somehow landed her, you know. She's like, he makes me happy. I've never been happier. She used the word joy, you know, like she actually cares about how he makes her feel as opposed to like what other people think or if he matches whatever, you know. He's not super tall, he doesn't have the certain facial structure or whatever. And I feel like I just see too many women wondering, like, again, height, weight, and then we talked about the money piece, which again, she doesn't need money, so she might have the luxury of not necessarily, you know, Benny has money, but I don't think she necessarily cares that he has money because she has it. But yeah, that was basically it.
He cares. She
Care
got more
about the
money than
person.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, what's your thoughts, Jay?
When I saw that on Twitter or X now, it just got me thinking because I was like, I didn't know about Benny at all.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for the whole Selena thing, right? And then your tweet got me thinking, like, you know, she had the issues with Justin Bieber,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think she was in a relationship in between that was public, at least.
Mm-hmm.
In between Justin Bieber and Benny.
Wasn't she with The Weeknd? Is that not her?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
That was in between. So she was with
That
him
was
in
after
between-
Bieber.
After Bieber?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I
While ago.
don't really follow her like that, but yeah, I was the same thing kind of, you know, came to mind where, well, Benny is not, by, like you say, standards, like the most attractive dude, and obviously she got like crazy money, she's successful, she's pretty and all that stuff, and their relationship just seems to like kind of like click, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Type of thing. So it's kind of like the whole thing where you don't think that the dude could like land to get her, you know, but right now it's working, right? So
yeah.
yeah.
He seems to actually care. Because, and I also mentioned that like Benny said they were friends for years beforehand. Like they had known each other. I think he said they might have been friends because he was friends with Justin Bieber. So he was like around during that time.
No.
Which I think he said he talked to Justin about. I don't think he cared. But like,
What a creep.
so
Yeah.
he's been plotting for a decade.
Yeah, he's been plotting, man.
Wait. If you're friends with
limits.
somebody when they're dating or whatever, and then one, a decade passes, and two, that person is now married to a different person, are you not allowed to date the person?
That's weird because That seems like you've been plotting that whole time.
Like, there ain't no other women, you know what I'm saying? Like, that you could holler at. Like,
That's
Well,
so
to be
weird.
fair, he said that because remember, she was the
she
one that
hollered
was
at
like,
him.
let's go on it.
That's
Yeah, like
true.
she was the
That's
one that
true.
asked him out on a date. So I don't.
That
So
might
she
change
was
his
plotting.
Let's
mind.
say that he was not plotting, but let's say that like years passed, like 8-9 years. Justin's married now, and then he's like, "Oh, I actually have interest." Does he need to talk to
Let me
Justin
call
first?
all of Justin Bieber's, all of his ex-girlfriends and see who's feeling me. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Does he
that's
have to talk
crazy.
to Justin first, or does he like?
Well, you
does
said he did talk to Justin, right?
Well, I think he said that he. I don't
think you should. I
remember
think you should.
exactly
At the
what
very least, if you're gonna holler
You
at your
should.
man's ex, you should at least holler. You know, you should talk to have a conversation with him. Hey, man, I know you're married now and everything.
even if
else.
he's married. Okay, I was gonna ask if the married
Yeah.
piece mattered.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think just out
To
of
clear that up.
Okay.
Because then if he didn't, Justin could look at him like, dang, bro. Really?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I think he
Well,
said he spoke to him, but I'm not positive.
But also, it's not like I guess a normal relationship because they're all like A-listers.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like high
So,
school.
What that
yeah,
mean?
it's not
They
like
A lot of them
passing each
date
other
one
around?
another.
It's like
Yeah.
the rap game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They
kind
be
of
getting
weird.
the same bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. What you mean, Jimmy?
You know, like Jay-Z was dating Aaliyah, and then Aaliyah
Yeah.
started
You mean like
dating
Dre
Dame
and Michelle?
Dash.
Dame Dash, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
super weird. But yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like that. You know, and I mean,
Everybody sharing is
yeah,
caring.
not for me though.
I'm
They're
saying
sharing
that you
that.
said
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
celebrity world in the celebrity.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
fan.
I feel like I'm not like, bro, how you gonna get with, the John I was with? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
I
10
do.
years
I
ago.
do feel like time. Yeah, I feel like time matters in some way. Like if it's been
But 10
a
years, yeah,
decade,
you did say
yeah,
10 years is a long time.
and you're married,
Yeah.
then I'd probably still talk to you, but I'd expect you to be like, bro, you're good. I got a wife and a kid over here. Like, yeah, y'all are happy, But yeah, so I probably would
See, but
expect maybe the
How
see,
would
conversation.
they go
I'll
on a
be
double date?
that's what I'm saying. But I'll be on some Drake vibes. Like, yo, why you hugging my girl like that, dog? Like, I know y'all was together. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
Yeah, fair,
I
good
used to
point.
hug girls like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was together. Like, I don't know.
That's funny.
This just so much. So much there. Like, yeah. Like we just like I'm gonna have a conversation with Justin and then we ain't never gonna talk again. Like he's just banished from the house. Like you're never allowed to come over with your wife.
Yo, that's funny.
You got to pound up my wife. You can't give her a hug. You know what I mean? Like just dap.
Right.
That's it. No hugs.
You might be plotting in the next 10 years.
You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
Right.
Bro. I actually want her back now that you want her. Sorry.
That's crazy.
Yo, and I have to get this on my chest. But Jay was like, yeah, someone like Benny got a girl like Selena. I think Selena's like a 6, maybe a 7. Like she looked like a regular girl. She's regular schmegular. The only thing she got going for her is that she got a bag.
Y'all about to say her wallet don't make her
That's
regular,
it.
yo.
That's it.
I like Selena, but she's part of mine.
That gives her another point.
Nah, but a dude
that brings her up to like an 8, 9.
Nah, but a dude looking like Benny.
TV shows.
Yeah, that's she's up there. She's up there. What you gonna say, Jay?
No, I'm just saying, like a dude that looks like Benny. Like he looks like the.
You gonna keep going in on Benny?
I'm just saying, like.
Bro, she looked like a regular Mexican chick from Texas, like just any old girl.
Oh, she's not even from Texas.
I was gonna say I don't think she's Mexican. What is she?
Yeah, she is
Mexican.
Is she Mexican?
Yeah.
I knew that she was Hispanic, but I didn't know.
At least half.
Nah,
but
she sounds like a regular Mexican chick.
That might add another point for me.
She's foreign. That's an extra point. She's foreign. Yeah, she's from Grand Prairie, Texas. At least.
Oh, she is from Texas.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Yo, LNF, that's Jay. I don't know.
Bro, I'm just referring it to her.
Just
like, Jimmy says she's a
objectively.
6, 6 or 7.
He said she's like a regular. You lying? She like a regular. Bro.
Bro, she regular schmegular,
I
bro.
can't even say what I wanted. You gonna get me canceled,
Bro.
You know, regular schmegulars be shaped like oval. You know?
Yo,
I am dead.
you said like ovals?
Like old refrigerators,
Huh?
like old refrigerators.
Bro.
So, bro, they be boxed
man.
up.
Listen, man. How old is she? She's still breeding age, bro. And the thing with
What?
she's still breeding age. So like the thing is that you don't know what she gonna look like after that baby.
Breeding
But
age.
how old is she?
32.
Bro, Mexican breeding age is like 60.
Extra fertile.
Any Hispanics, you know, Hispanics get pregnant easy, bro.
That's 60.
You know, Hispanic women can get pregnant. Like nothing, you know. Breeding age is late.
Is late.
Yo, I see Selena Gomez every day.
That's right. LNF is in Texas. That's right.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying, like, she regular schmegular, bro. Like,
bro, we're regular. But I've been to Texas.
Next topic, please. Before
she look like the girl that sell the tamales on the corner.
Oh,
like,
wow,
like,
you are tripping,
bro.
Yo,
wow.
That's funny.
This is a lot of hate, yo. Yeah,
no. Look, with money, you could get a nice weave, you can get makeup, you get fillers, you can get some nice gear and all that. You know what I mean? You look different. You know what I mean? Like
we were just talking about that earlier. You not ugly. You just don't got money.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not a millionaire.
Yeah, that's it.
She a Texas 6.
Jay, you got. Oh man, Jay, you need another vax? You good?
See what I'm saying? Look at LNF, man. He said she a 6, bro. I told y'all, man.
Right.
New York 4.
Get off this topic.
I'm with that.
I'm with that. That's a good assessment.
Yeah,
That's a good assessment.
All right, dude. The next topic is not gonna get any better.
I'm about to say these
it's
are
all downhill from here.
All right, it's all like.
Make sure you hit the thumbs up button.
It's a wrap now, dude. The way you set these joints up, this joint's sad now. We should have ended with this one.
Yeah, we probably should have ended
with this one. Yeah, we ended up.
We're gonna have sad music. You might as well bring the piano guy out for altar call on this one while we talk about this one. Oh man, bro, Jay and this rap scandal thing.
Yo, what's that about, man?
So, you said somebody put rap scandal, rape scandal.
I'm about to say rap. What did he rap?
You can't say that. You can't say that on YouTube, man.
Too late.
Yeah, true.
So you
man, I got news on that, but yeah. Jay, what'd y'all think when y'all saw that?
I had a lot of different thoughts. No, for real, I did. Like, number one, I wasn't surprised. Right, number one, I wasn't surprised because there's been allegations before. You know what I'm saying, from Foxy Brown and other people.
Foxy never said it though.
She never said it, but people made allegations and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking like, wait, why? Even before like I heard his response, I started thinking like, wait, why they do a civil and not a criminal, right?
Yeah.
And then I saw his response, and then I was like, duh, they're not doing a criminal for that same reason, because it's going to be difficult to prove. It was 20 something years ago. Like, you can't prove anything 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, anything, good or bad,
Yeah.
But didn't they do a criminal on Bill Cosby for 20, 30 years ago?
Yeah, but some people would question.
Wasn't it some was recent though too? I thought.
I don't know.
I thought it spanned a long period of time.
It did span a long period, but I think it was still like a long period between him and and the last victim.
I guess if it's like a lot of people, it's easier to kind of maybe prove some of it happened, as opposed to like if this is a one-off that happened that many years ago. It may.
I don't think it was if he's that type of dude. I don't think it's a one-off.
Look, and I was just saying that too. Look, I think the allegation is lie, but I do think real testimony is about to come out on
I
this.
agree. That's gonna motivate people, like real people. You know, if this person is not telling the truth, it's gonna motivate people who really, you know, were victims, if there are any, to speak up. It's gonna give them the courage to speak up. You know, for whatever reason, for justice, for a bag, whatever. You know what I mean? I think if it's true, I think they should bury him under the prison. But I mean, I think, me personally, I think all these folks deserve the wood chipper. Like, feed them all to the wood chipper. You know what I'm saying? Like, and problem solved. It ain't never gonna happen again.
Okay.
I thought Ant was saying something. I feel like, so I had a thought initially, and then I had a thought about my thought like a day later. So my
Inception.
initial thought was, oh, I don't believe that. That was my initial thought.
Okay.
And then the next day I was like, why? Let's think deeper. Why did you have that initial thought? And then it was like, sometimes, you know, unfortunately, we'll kind of raise celebrities to a certain kind of standard where we're like, oh, that person could never do that. And then they end up being the people who do the thing, you know? So honestly, I have no idea. That's my answer now, is that I haven't zero clue. Obviously I wasn't.
Right.
I have no way of knowing. But it's different than my initial thought, which was like, nah, he ain't do it. This is just a money grab. And like, although it is weird to see, it was initially Diddy, and then it wasn't, I don't know if it wasn't getting anywhere, but like they added Jay way later.
Yeah.
And then the conversations between like him and his, or I guess his lawyer and her lawyer, I guess, or whatever, where it was like, if you don't settle, we're going to make this public. And then he's like, make it public. Like, that is a little weird to me. It makes me think more to the side of maybe it's unfounded, but I obviously have no actual idea.
Yeah.
I would say it's not totally far-fetched, only because, right, you had Aaliyah, she was like 15, 16. You had
She wasn't with Jay-Z when she was
I know.
16.
Huh? No,
You're just
I know,
saying
but
Aaliyah.
she was just like around, right?
No. With Jay-Z?
Yeah, Jay-Z.
No.
All of them.
No.
Was she 15, 16?
She was married to R. Kelly then. When she was messing with Jay-Z and Dame Dash, she was already of age.
She was already okay.
Yeah, I mean, they probably were still 10 years her senior, but she was already an adult.
She was already illegal.
Yeah.
And then there was also, I believe, I read somewhere that when Jay met Beyonce, she was also 15, 16.
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
And granted, you know, maybe nothing really occurred then. It was just when they first initially met, and then after on, you know, she was there. But, you know, I feel
that
like
could have been when the grooming began.
Yeah, right. And I mean, in the rap games, I feel like there's no like anything's just possible, right? When it comes to females and all that stuff. So, and especially, you know, Dame and Jay being on the top of Rockefeller and all that stuff. So yeah, that's why I say it's not too far fetched. But then I also lean on the other side where it was like, well, that like what Mitch was saying with the lawyer, kind of like extorting them, you know, like, yo, we're gonna make this public if you don't settle this amount of money or whatever. So I was like, well, hold on, you know, like that's pretty wild for you to.
But it's a civil case. Like, it's all about money, ain't it? With a civil case, it's like, what? Because they're not gonna do no criminal time, right?
Yeah.
So what else? I'm being 100% honest. Like, I'm not familiar. Like, is there any other outcome to a civil case other than getting money?
I think it's typically, which is weird, right? Like, it makes me think of like the Deshaun Watson thing, where it's like, okay, these were all civil. And honestly, I'm for, if something happened to you and you don't think the person is going to see a jail cell, I'm not mad at you getting money for it.
I agree.
But the danger is people saying, I can accuse somebody of something and there's not like a legal proceedings and I can get money, especially if they settle.
Right.
Let me make up something, you know? And so
people do
that's
that.
where it gets tricky. Yeah, exactly. So it makes it difficult, because it's like, I'm not upset at you getting money if that's like the only real way for you to get like restitution. But because of that, people are always trying to get a bag, so it makes you question almost every time, like,
Yeah.
would they just bring up any name they can to try to get money because they think, okay, it's easier just to pay this person off than to have to deal with this going public,
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. So, I mean, what happens now, like, if they settle or if they win, if she wins the case, you know what I mean?
Gonna
Like,
open the floodgates.
that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
mean,
kind of afraid of. Is
if
more
he
so that-
settles, that's not necessarily a mission.
No, well, people settle so that they can say I never been convicted or I never lost a case or whatever. You can there's plausible deniability because you never lost that case, right?
Mhm.
You were never found guilty.
He's not gonna settle though. He's not gonna settle.
Nah, he ain't gonna settle.
I think he was like countersue, or I read something where he was like gonna sue.
Yeah, he's
back
suing the lawyer.
or like that. Yeah, so
That's a
And-
tactic.
and he
That's
asked-
a tactic too because he got more money.
And and he asked them that they have to reveal the person.
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
So
Dun dun dun.
I know it's
Elena
crazy.
said Riri was young too.
Yeah.
I guess this settles the Jay versus Nas conversation. Nah, I'm playing.
Oh.
Kidding. I prefer Nas, is why I said that. But
Nas did win that battle.
Nas just don't know how to pick beats. Man.
Huh?
Nas just don't know how to pick beats.
he does now.
That's his
He's
problem.
got Hit Boy.
I'm waiting for this joint. He talking about he gonna do something with Premiere.
I know. Oh yeah, they've been saying that for a while now.
That's what I'm looking forward to. But I still listen to Reasonable Doubt. That's one of my top 5 albums. And most people say Illmatic is in their top 5. But for me, It Was Written is actually in my top 5, not Illmatic. I like Illmatic though, but
I think both of them.
yeah, but I think people sleep on It Was Written just because of Illmatic. They compare it to Illmatic so much.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to David Livick. Cat Williams was prophetic this year. LOL.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Yeah. Marco says Gemstone knows some dirt on Jay.
Did he speak publicly on that?
Yeah, he
Shoot the
says,
video,
I
man.
wasn't shocked because Gemstone's already put this stuff on Facebook this year.
And you got Jaguar too.
Eleanor says the Roc Nation machine about to go off.
So another thing I was thinking about now that he said that, I was thinking because I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I'm like, what if they did this just so they could leverage Jay against Puff,
Dave?
right?
Oh,
right, just so they could say like, look, we're gonna put you on the case, on the affidavit as a defendant or whatever. You know what I mean? And if you comply, if you work with us, we'll work with you because it's not uncommon for Roc Nation to be working with the feds at all. You know what I mean? Current CEO, current president worked with the feds in the past. So I think it might be possible. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just something to kind of leverage someone who may have some insight
Makes
and
sense.
get them to comply. I don't have no evidence though, but that's just that was one of my thoughts too. It was like maybe it's they trying to get him to flip on him.
That makes sense to me.
Who knows though? It's gonna get interesting, and there's gonna be a lot of stories to shared, and we gotta be careful as believers. Some of the things that we share too, right? We gotta be careful about slander and all that.
all right.
It's wild.
Dark.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm kind of scared for next year, honestly, because this year was insane, and like I don't think it's gonna get less crazy, as things go on. So, yeah, Cat Williams really kind of started.
a lot of stuff is gonna be exposed. I imagine.
Right.
That's what it's looking like.
Sure.
As it should.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Because if these dudes was doing this, man, like they deserve the consequences, man. You know, and I hope that it brings them closer. You know what I mean? To it puts them in a place where uh, they can really reach out to God. You know what I mean? Really cry out to God, like, you know, because when you got money, you got fame and all that, like you're not really thinking about God or any of that. You know,
Mhm.
you're like, you
Hit rock
good, I'm
bottom.
rich. What do I got? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Did you guys talk about Luigi?
We did not. Best for
No.
last, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so this was a crazy story in that so if you don't know, Luigi Mangione, I think
Mhm.
is how you say
Mhm.
it. He's the guy who allegedly decided to unalive the CEO of United Healthcare.
Mhm.
Um, and he was on the run for a little bit, but they managed to catch him in PA in a McDonald's. And now, they have him in custody, and they're saying it's him because they tested the fingerprints on the bullets, which um, was 3 words, and I don't remember what they were, based off a book about how the insurance companies deny, uh, like health cases or whatever,
Mhm.
right? So they could be profitable, right? Because most of these insurance companies are public companies, so they answer to stockholders, and obviously, if you don't make money, then the stock can't go, up or anything like that. Well,
Right.
um, two things I kind of want to go into is, number one, what is the fascination about this dude? Because now, well, here, at least in New York City, people was like, all right, who's the next CEO type of deal.
Right.
And I'm like, what?
But it's all people who ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? Who are saying
Right.
that?
I mean, sure, they're not gonna do that, but I don't know. Just for them saying that, like, kind of,
Yeah,
like, is this
for
the
sure.
world that we've gotten to? That,
It's depravity of man.
yeah, like, dude was murdered, right?
Mhm.
Like, that dude was like scoping him out, and managed to get him. But, bruh, to be saying, all right, who's the next CEO? Let's target this other CEO, because now there was a post I saw today of like this wanted signs that
I
people were
saw that. I
posting
saw that.
of this lady who's a CEO of another company. And I
Mhm.
was like,
That's
what?
crazy.
Like, that's mind-boggling. So I don't know what the fascination is, particularly for this guy, right? And what he did. Um, but then I also think, like, are people just tired of like corporate America and kind of like the things that go on, right? Um, you have these CEOs who make, bazillions of dollars, and have these crazy compensation packages. Meanwhile, their customer, right, is like suffering,
Mhm.
right? Um, there was also a post that said that United Healthcare was like the number one company to deny claims,
Mhm.
right? Um, and then somebody made a kind of a good point where they said, well, the CEO has killed more people because they've denied their healthcare um, stuff. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Like, how many people? Like, how did they die? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, how did it die? I don't know, right? But the cases are that, if they needed some life saving procedure and it was denied, then
yeah,
obviously,
right. But
you know,
I'm saying, like, if you need in need of a life saving procedure and you've been making like bad health choices all your life, like that's not the CEO's fault. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They're looking at it from a business perspective of reducing costs, right? And so, like, you can't, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, insurance is a business. Like, they in it to make money. They're not in it to save the world. The same thing with medicine. They're not in it to save lives. You know what I'm saying? They in it to make money. You know what I mean? And That's one of the things too that like I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, these CEOs are evil and this and that and the third. Is like because they're making money. You know what I'm saying? Like because we don't hold government to the same standard. You know what I mean? Even though we should, that's how the this country was founded on holding government accountable. That's what the whole Constitution was about. But we don't have that same energy for them. So you know what I mean. So like, why is it the CEOs specifically? You know what I mean?
I guess maybe with government, right? That we kind of think of it as this um, very huge institution that you can't really like quote unquote get to. Meanwhile, like the healthcare CEOs or even a small company
Mhm.
CEO, you can like get to type of thing.
Right.
Mhm.
But the things that the people companies in the healthcare industry get away with is because of government. You know what I mean? They have mad lobbyists. I bet you that the pharmaceutical companies have the most lobbyists in DC than any other industry. You know what I mean? So the reason why
Sure.
these pharmaceutical companies and these medical companies, these healthcare companies get away with so much is because of government.
Sure, but wouldn't you think that would be positive, I guess? Or like one hand washes the other? Because if I'm a pharmaceutical company
Mhm.
and you're a healthcare provider, you
Mhm.
know, I bring my product to you that's quote unquote is better to, manage whatever it is that
Mhm.
your customer, the patient has.
Right.
You know, I don't know if your analogy
Okay. So how
kind of
many times has the government come back and said, "Hey, this drug that we approved, we're removing it from the shelves," and then you get ads on Instagram, "Hey, if you took this drug between 2016
very little.
and 2020,
Yeah, yeah,
join this class action lawsuit." It happens
yeah,
all
yeah.
the time. Like
Yeah.
every day, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like
but that's not because of the government. That's just because
that's
stuff happens.
because of the FDA and the CDC said that that's the drug you should take for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And then you take it
Sure.
because the government said you should do it. You can do it because they approved it, right? Because the lobbyists got to them, right? And then you
Sure.
do this medical procedure, you take this drug, and then you find out that you know
It brought more harm.
the government and the pharmaceutical companies were working hand in hand. You know,
Mhm.
like you just said,
Hmm. I mean, I guess.
it's not a free market.
No,
It's not a
definitely.
free market, you know what I'm saying? Like if they were truly accountable, like these CEOs for these medical companies, these healthcare companies, pharmaceutical companies, like if it was truly like a free market, there would be accountability because people would opt out. They would be able to pay. The prices would I think would be reduced and you wouldn't need it. Who was speaking? Somebody was speaking. I was watching a video where they said that it used to be that LASIK surgery, eye surgery.
Yeah.
Um, your insurance companies used to pay for it, and when the
Mm,
insurance company paid for it, it used to be tens of thousands of dollars.
uh-huh.
Since the insurance companies decided, not the insurance companies, I think it was the government. Um, since they decided that they weren't going to pay for it anymore, and it was considered an elective surgery, the price dropped down to like $2,000 to $3,000. You know what I mean? And the same thing happens with drugs when the government says that they're gonna pay for it, either with Medicare, Medicaid, whatever it is. Like
Right.
the price
Yeah,
goes up because you could charge more. Like we was
Mhm.
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
with one of the recent episodes where Kamala said she was gonna give people like $20,000 to $30,000 to buy a house. Guess what happened? My house that's for sale just went up $20,000 to $30,000.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes the cost so high and why people can't get a lot of these procedures done. In his case, something happened while he was surfing and he messed up his back. He broke his back,
Yeah, I saw something about that. He
but
because
I
he
don't
had
know what happened. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So he had like on his Twitter banner or whatever, like the X-ray of like
Mm.
his I guess back surgery.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, he's
like
got like
he
screws in there,
pokes.
right?
Yeah, all this
Mhm.
stuff. So, um, but I don't think it's related to the reason why he did what he did. Um, at least from what I searched for, I think it was more because he was just tired of
The corporatism.
the corporatism of it all.
Yeah.
Elena says Blue Cross doesn't want to cover anesthesia for surgeries. It's stuff like that that is encouraging people to protest.
Yo, Elena, if you could go get your BBL in DR, man. Don't worry about it.
I was at the barber shop, right?
Yeah.
And there was a guy in the chair I was waiting on, and my barber I don't know why he did this. He asked the room of us, "How do y'all feel about that CEO that got shot?" And the guy in the chair couldn't have been more opposite from me. He was like, I'm glad it happened. I think if they try to arrest the dude that did it, we should protest." And basically went on a rant about why it's fair. Like fair is fair because the CEO killed millions by denying claims and stuff. And then in my
Like
barber
he's
knows
rubber stamping denied on all of them, right?
yeah, right. And so my barber, and he knows me. He knows, one, that I get like social anxiety, but two, he knows I'm a Christian. We've known each other for like 11
Yeah.
years. He was like, "Mitch, how do you feel?" And I was like,
Oh man, thanks for putting me on the spot, man.
exactly. And I was like, and I was like, you know me, man. Like I get why people are saying like, "Oh, this is good" or whatever, but like I don't think anybody, me being Christian, I don't think that you justify murdering a man, because you think, because again, I guess it's more about sending a message, because it's not like we killed the CEO, United Healthcare's gone. Like they said that they like still had their meeting the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna
Business as usual.
stop doing what they But I think it's more about like sending a message, but I don't think it's gonna really change anything. So you just killed a man, I don't know if he had kids or a family. I'm sure he had people that cared about him.
Right.
And now he's dead, and people are like I saw comment sections, every comment was like, "Let's celebrate this man that killed this guy," or unalive. I'm sorry.
People wanted to know who was the CEO of the McDonald's that
Because of the snack wraps. They said he brought the snack wraps back because he knows. I'm like, which that is hilarious. But like, I don't know. I feel like people are definitely getting tired of like, I was about how much it costs to buy eggs, and then obviously healthcare is important, but the way insurance works, like it's not. I work in car insurance, and that people get annoyed about that, and it's not even life or death,
Right.
So I get why people feel the way they do, when like you pay all this money to this company, and then when it's time you need them, they're like, nah. But it is different. It's inherently different than actually targeting and ending a person's life, as opposed to you were sick and the healthcare system failed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's disheartening. I mean, sometimes I'm reminded, like, a lot of times people who aren't believers will still like have a moral compass that matches yours. Well, it's like most people would agree that like unaliving people is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's situations like this where I'm like, oh, we really are set apart, because like I really was talking to like friends of mine who were like, yeah, like I'm apathetic that person is not alive anymore. And I'm just like, I'm like really hurt that happened, like it upsets me that happened, because like life is precious, and like
Right.
God created everybody, and like we take for granted the fact that we're even like talking right now and like breathing, and like we can't create a human, like it's very precious. And so just like saying, well, that's not, it's not fair that he did that, or that's his job. I'm going to end this thing that God made, and it's fair, is like does not compute with my brain. But if you don't believe in God, you're just like, oh yeah, like yeah, I don't care. He ended other people's lives, so he does, and it makes me sad, honestly.
Right. I mean, even to run with that, like Jay mentioned, like that a lot of people died, and it's like, okay, how many people died, and how many actually died because they got denied service, and how many actually got denied service because, or were in that situation because of a lifetime of bad choices. You know what I mean? Like me smoking for 40 years and then dying because my insurance won't pay for a lung transplant. Like that's not really his fault.
Right.
Like that's not a reason to shoot somebody in the back. You know what I mean? Like that's wild.
Yeah. All right. Now we're gonna turn a little bit conspiracy theorist, right?
Oh yeah, I got some of that too.
Do you guys think?
No.
It's okay. So you don't think it's him?
I don't.
No. No, I was just kidding.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
even know what
'cause-
you're gonna ask. You're saying is
yeah,
it him?
yeah. Only because right,
I
the
did
only
see that.
pictures that were released of him with a mask,
You just
he
see his
posted.
eyebrows and his eyes, right?
Yeah.
And then one
And like,
dude like smiling without a mask.
right. And then also the jacket, right, it was a little different.
They got a story for that too, though. They said he brought 2 jackets and 2
Sure,
backpacks.
Okay.
sure. Um, yeah, I'm still on the fence of
Yeah.
if it's really him.
Do you think he wanted to get caught?
At first, no, but then I started thinking, I was like, maybe yes.
Okay. Why
Because how
do
you
you say
just
no and then yes?
well, I say because how you just end up in a McDonald's,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you just eating, you order your food,
That's what I'm talking about.
right? You know there's cameras. Obviously, McDonald's is a pretty popular fast food
Right.
place.
Everybody goes there.
You know, now I don't know if the town in PA is like maybe a small community or whatever, but still,
It's still McDonald's, bro.
right?
Over a
Yeah,
billion
it's still
served.
McDonald's, and you're
Right.
just there sitting. Like
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm not thinking about being in a place for more than 5 seconds, right?
drive
If I'm
through
on
it.
the run, right?
Yeah.
And I also thought, okay, this dude is not even in the United States anymore because
Mhm.
it took like 4 or 5 days to find him, right?
Yo, people were hyping him up like this dude was a crazy trained assassin. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at him, he's all stealth. He was smart. You know what I mean? He had the silencer and everything else.
Right.
It was like,
Yeah, he got the Monopoly money he threw away.
yeah,
Right.
like
And
he tried to
the
throw him
Faraday
off the
bag.
scent. Yup.
Yeah. So,
He threw away the phone. Like, how you throw away the phone, but you don't throw away the burner?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not even saying like you got caught with a burner on you, like the actual weapon that was used for the crime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That don't
odd.
make sense to me, bro. And then you got the manifesto on you too, handwritten manifesto, like
Yeah,
on
that
you, on your
yeah.
person, like.
Well,
Yeah,
it's that. So my conspiracy, and
Yeah.
I obviously don't. This is just my brain going off into places.
Sure.
Let's say it
For
was
entertainment
him,
purposes, just for entertainment
right?
purposes.
Let's say that
Yeah.
he was the guy, right? I would have a hard time believing that it was like just him, and he was like, "I'm gonna do this," as opposed to like some
More people.
either other company or like either some like
Competitor.
government, like just something, yeah, something else. Because like it's too weird to me that like I was looking at a news story about it today, and I'm like, this is way too perfect. Like this guy who seems like just a normal guy, and like they're showing like old, even like the news commentator was like, this chiseled 28-year-old. I'm just like,
Yeah,
this
bro.
is
Like
weird.
the pictures that they showing, like the dude on the beach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Abs all out. Like, come on,
I'm
bro. Like,
why does he remind
when has
me-
any suspect ever been shown in that light?
Exactly. Yeah. It's just it's a little weird to me. So I'm like, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
shocked if it's like he did it, but he was like prompted to by something bigger.
MK Ultra.
So I don't know. Something.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my guess for
And then
sure.
also, he was yelling when he got to the no, when he
When
got
he
to the
arrested.
court, he was saying, "Oh, hey, that stuff is not mine. I think it was planted. The money
said
that he
that?
had." Yeah, he said that.
I
He's like,
heard
"I
him
don't know."
yelling something, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. And then the fact that he's obviously definitely smart, right? Because he
Mhm.
went to like Ivy League school or whatever. But he's like, oh, he doesn't want to be extradited. Like, he exercised that right
Mm.
with PA, and a lot of people were saying, well, that's never really happened before, right? So there's like this extra step that he's taking, and it feels almost like he
Can
knows
you
what's.
do that in PA? Like he did his research? Like you could do that in PA and say,
I
I don't want
guess
to be
so.
extradited?
Yeah, I guess so.
Crazy.
Yeah. So then it's like, well, it almost seems like he wanted to be caught,
Yeah.
like, and then like something else has to, like he knows something else is going to happen, and then therefore create a chain of reaction or whatever to whatever it is his plan really is, So, but I think it was just crazy how he, number one, I guess, found out where this dude was at, where he was staying,
Yeah.
and then also the time. Like, how do you know someone's gonna
It was
come down from
exact.
the elevator at 6 a.m. in the city?
Hmm.
If you're a CEO and you have a meeting,
And he
in the
was
city,
he's not
you're not
from
gonna
there,
be
right?
there too
He
much.
was just in there for a meeting, right? He was just in there for
Yeah.
that.
So supposedly it was a merger meeting, where United was gonna merge with somebody else or buy somebody else out. but it's like, yo, how do you know all of this? Like, to know, exactly when to do it, you know?
That's
And
wild.
like I said, the CEO is not gonna wake up at 6 a.m. to go to a meeting at 7 a.m. It just doesn't happen, you know? These
Doesn't
meetings
happen.
are at 8 in the morning and 9 in the morning, you know? So it was just pretty weird.
Did y'all see
According,
the? Oh
go
no,
ahead.
you.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
you could. They they said the McDonald's, I guess, worker that called
The snitch,
it in the
yeah.
tip. They
Yeah.
said that I guess it was a $60K award,
Okay.
and they said that she might not get it because you
She
specifically
called
had
the
to
wrong
call the
number.
tip line, and she called the police. And I'm like, that is
Oh,
not
that's
helping the crew.
cold.
People who are like, see, loopholes. Those are the same loopholes that insurance companies, which is true
Yep.
with policy language. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
that is hilarious though. Like, if I call the cops and not this tip line, give me my 60K.
I want
I'm
my
the
money,
reason
man.
that he got arrested. I'm sorry I didn't call 1-800
That ain't that ain't
1-800 turn him
yo,
in.
but that ain't even enough money, bro. Like,
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna need
you gonna have to quit
I
your
need more
job
than
because people are gonna
60K.
be going up into you. Like, did you see the
Good point.
reviews for that McDonald's? People talking
Yeah.
about there's rats in the kitchen and
Yeah.
everything. You can't go to work no more. You need that money, man.
Yeah, you're right. I might need a little more and like witness protection.
All of that. All of that. So, according to Google, Pennsylvania extradition laws include waiver of extradition. A person can waive extradition by signing a written form in the presence of a judge. The waiver must include a statement that the person consents to returning to the demanding state. The waiver is forwarded to the governor, who then directs the officer holding the person to deliver the waiver to the demanding state.
Yeah.
Sounds like he did his research. He was
Right.
waiting. He was waiting in PA McDonald's for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it can't be just a chance that he happened to be in PA.
Nah,
He knows that that law or whatever.
He's from Baltimore or something, right? He's from Maryland or something, right?
Well, his family is, pretty affluent within
Yeah.
Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
But and I also saw this on Mikev's video. That doesn't necessarily mean that those people still talk, or whatever.
So I heard something on the news that his family had reported him missing like
Mhm.
3 months ago or something like that. So the dude just vanished.
Yeah,
He went ghost on
odd.
everybody.
yeah. That's true. I heard about that too.
And
So
he was like an engineering student as well, right? So
yeah, he worked for TrueCar, TrueCar.com. Uh, he was an engineer there, and yeah, that dude.
okay, that's why he said these were simple CAD files.
Yeah, yeah, simple kind of files, right? Yeah,
Okay,
to make all that stuff.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Um.
LNF said, "Homie is the Riddler."
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree, LNF. The facts don't line up, man.
Yeah. It's definitely it's odd.
Mhm.
Definitely odd.
It's crazy how they found them so quickly, man. Like, it's
I think that's
wild,
quick.
bro. But like,
In New York, I think in New York standards, I don't think that's quick.
how?
I
Yo,
think they were struggling.
we know more about this dude than we do about the Trump shooter. Like, how
Good
is that?
Good point. Good
How is
point.
that? Like, and nobody even heard about this CEO before this. You know what I mean? The situation happened.
Yeah. I mean, good point. No arguments there. Yeah, no arguments there. So
That's wild, bro.
it is. It is. Um. Yeah. So I think the public reaction is pretty outrageous.
Yeah.
And yeah, this dude just we'll see what happens. If he's gonna get because supposedly now I think the governor of New York can somehow use the law to like force him to come
Mhm.
to be extradited to New York City, but obviously there's legal challenges and all that stuff.
For sure. If he forces him, I think that's gonna help his appeal. If he's convicted. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
I don't know. This
Well,
is gonna be
his lawyer was like, "Well, I don't see any proof that
Mhm.
this is the person that committed that crime." So
yeah, the only way the only way they're gonna be able to prove that is if they actually have video of the cops searching him, like they have body cam footage and they find that weapon, right? And if they match the plastic, I forgot what it's called for the 3D printer to that same piece. But even that is going to be hard to like. That could have been anybody's, right? Because you just buy it on Amazon. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be the fingerprint is the only thing that maybe got him,
Yeah.
right? Because if he was wearing a mask the whole time, he's riding his bike, his city bike, dump, like he's wearing a mask the whole time. How do you know it was him? How do you
Right.
prove it was him?
Right.
And then you got like the internet like on his side,
Mhm.
right? And you and then you got the fangirls, you know what I mean? Because they saw him on the news, all bare chested and everything else. Like there's no way he loses trial, man.
We shall
Oh,
see.
I don't think so, man.
We shall see.
I think they might get him like on a manslaughter or something.
Mm. All right.
I mean, but they do have the manifesto, so that's all the motive they need too, bro.
odd.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, but
But this is why I did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
OJ.
Yeah, right. If I did it, right? I'm gonna write a whole book. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy case, man.
For sure. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got. We'll talk now with the man, the myth, the legend, Mitch.
What's
Um,
up?
Yeah. So you've been on the social media scene, with your reactions, your CHH rapping reactions, your movies, everything. What got you to do it, to do reactions?
That's
Good
space.
question, man. What'd you say?
That space. Yeah, the
That's-
reaction
yeah.
space.
So I was just an artist starting in 2018, but I always wanted to do YouTube in some way, but I didn't know like what I wanted to do. And I don't know if y'all know Bookkeeper, the Bookkeeper 24/7.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
page.
yeah.
Yeah. So he wanted to start doing like interviews with artists. But he was like, I feel like you would be good at interviews. So we had like a collab thing going where like he'd pay me a little bit to like interview artists via Zoom, and then he'd upload them to his channel. And so we did that for about a year, and I interviewed a bunch of indie artists. I ended up interviewing, I think Dayton, I think Danielle Apicella, I think J. Crumb back in the day. Who else? It was several. I think we did maybe about I think Michael. And so I bought a new camera at one point because I was using kind of a lame webcam, and I was like, I want the show to look better. It can only look so good on Zoom, but I was like, if I get a Canon, like it'll look better. So I bought a Canon, and I was like, you know what? I started playing with OBS, and I was like, I might just start like making some of my own videos for my own channel and like figure it out. So I was just making random CHH content, like just kind of random topics that would happen in the space, or like I think I made a video about how there are fake Spotify playlists that would just add CHH artist music to them, and how annoying that was. And then I had a supporter who was like, "You should do music reactions," and I was like, I blew it off. I was like, I don't really want it, but he was like, "No, you should try it. Lecrae's dropping a new song. Lecrae was dropping "Spread the Ops" like the next day, and he's like, "You should react to it." So I did reluctantly, and it did great. Like Lecrae saw it, commented on it.
You did it one take?
Yeah, literally. First, I'd never
Yeah.
done a reaction video in my life, but I
Yeah.
am naturally kind of animated and extra. So I'm told, dramatic. So I just kind of was myself, posted it. It did great. And then people were like, you should react to like indie artists, and like you should react to other stuff. And so I just kept doing it. And it's been 2.5 years. And then I can rarely ever do one thing. I have all these different interests. So I was like, I'll add segments. So I'll react to indie artists here, bigger artists here. I'm really into like TV reactions or like TV show reviews. So I have a TV segment. I go to movies every week. I have like a movie review segment. All these different things, and none of it was like planned. I just kind of started doing stuff, and people recommended stuff, and then I would just kind of, as I thought of stuff, add a new thumbnail. And then people started calling me like Media Mitch, and then I knew I was doing something when now a good half or more of the people who know who I am don't even know that I make music. They don't even know that the intro song is me. They're like, "You're a rapper too?" I'm like, I was that way before this, but I'm glad you know who I am. I went to Smoke Fest last year, Indie Tribes thing, and I had people wanting to like take pictures with me and stuff, and they didn't know I made me. They were just like, "Y'all watch your YouTube videos every day," and I'm like, this is clearly confirmation from God that like I'm doing something I'm supposed to be
Right.
doing.
Right.
Had to let go of the pride of people not necessarily knowing I do music.
I got bars.
Honestly, though, because then I'll shock them because they're like, "You rap too," and I'm like, sometimes.
I
But
got a
yeah, it
little
was
some. I got a little some.
exactly. So it kind of just happened, and I'm blessed that it's been happening.
Right. Yeah, I think I mean I fall into that boat where I was like, oh, he's TikToker, reactions and all that stuff, and then you come out, you come out with these songs that are yours. It was like, oh, okay, that's different. That's
It's
different.
funny. I like
Yeah.
the fact that I can be multifaceted though, because I have the artist perspective on things.
Mhm.
Um, and then actually that's the person who was telling me to react to indie artists was like, you have a unique perspective because you rap. Like
Mhm.
I'm not there's a fan perspective which I think is good, but like if you actually make the music, then you have like more insight you
There's
can give
another
to certain
layer that you
things.
can
Yeah.
add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
so I
Absolutely.
think that works because I'll be like, "Oh, I caught that bar. Like that's easy," or like I really, I think you could do this or that. Um, and then recently, I this shows just how my brain kind of does things. And I actually made a video about this recently. My TikTok I was using also to post my reactions and stuff. I would post them on YouTube. It'd be the YouTube video, the YouTube short, the Instagram reel, and then a TikTok. And I started doing like sports reaction content recently where I'd react to like the Panthers losing.
Mhm.
And I would
Yes.
post that like on my regular page. But obviously, a lot of CHH people like they're not really into sports. So I just kind of would post it here and there. And I was like, I would post it on TikTok and it'd do great. And I'm like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, CHH is like such a niche that I
Yeah.
forget that like sports and stuff, like people are fiending for that stuff.
Everybody.
It was doing so well that I just was kind of like, I post the reactions on YouTube and Instagram anyway. Let me just use TikTok for like Panthers and like sports reaction stuff. So for the last like month and a half, I changed my handle to like Mitch the Panthers fan. I've been doing that and like I have a whole like horde of Panthers fans that like follow me on there and I've been doing only sports stuff on TikTok and I didn't really plan it. I just like said, let me try this.
You will get the same treatment at the Panthers game that you did at the show you
Dude,
was at. Yeah.
listen, I went on TikTok live yesterday just randomly, like, let me try it. I had like 200 people in there that were all like, yo, there's Panthers fans on TikTok. I'm following you. So I'm just like, I was telling people in a video on recently on Instagram, like, just do whatever the thing is that you want to do. Like, if you want
Mhm.
to be a YouTuber, buy a camera and like start doing it. People
Yeah.
try to like plan way too much of like, but what if this happens or what? Like, all the blessings I think I've ever gotten in my life were not because I like planned it out perfectly and like had the plan. It was just, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this thing and then
Step
we'll
of
see
faith.
what doors open. Yeah. And you
Yeah.
have to, what did I say? Like, basically, the way I think about it is like, God can't open doors for you if you're not moving anywhere. Like if I'm just
Yeah.
sitting here, no door is gonna open, or if it does open, I'm not going through it. As
Yeah.
opposed to like if I get up and start walking, it's like, oh, there's a door over there, there's a path over here. Like I think people are
Right.
afraid of that, and then they end up stagnant. Where like if you just
Yeah.
try stuff, oftentimes a lot of the people that find a ton of success are like, I don't know how I found. I just kind of started trying stuff and it took off.
That's that analysis paralysis.
Facts.
I get that.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah, I get that.
understandable. It's definitely hard to get over, but I think you gotta try.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with like having anxiety, you know what I mean? Social anxiety, even like getting on camera, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I gonna say? I mean, but once you hit the camera, once you hit record, it's a whole different story. Like you
That's a
know,
fact.
we're moving now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Gotta go.
yeah, we gotta
It
go.
takes over.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, Noah, but TikTok officially banned next month. I was gonna ask about that. What are your thoughts?
Dude, so transparency. I just got to so you have to get 10K followers on TikTok and like a certain amount of views within a month to get
Oh,
monetized on there.
monetization.
I'm
Yeah.
monetized on YouTube and have been for a while now. TikTok, I just got to where I can be monetized. And I'll tell you, like, the monetization difference between TikTok, basically, TikTok is like where it's at. That's the way I'll word it. Like, I
Mhm.
was seeing for the first time, especially with like how the sports videos have been doing, I actually could see a path potentially. I don't know if this is gonna happen. It'll be up to God, but like I could see a path to like not having to work anymore if things went a certain way with TikTok because of how they pay. And
Interesting.
then right when I hit that, they're like, "Oh, TikTok might get banned." Now, I was talking to somebody about how slow things go, and it might end up going up to the like Supreme Court. It might be like another. Yeah, I don't think it's actually going to get banned next month. But I was kind of like a little annoyed that I'm like, as soon as I find this thing where I'm like, I could see a path to like financial like freedom, kind of, and then it's like, oh, that's actually going to be out the window. I was like,
Yeah.
well, I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm going to try to take advantage of it as long as I
For
can.
sure,
But
for sure.
no, it's definitely it would how do I word this? I would not like if it got banned, not just because of me, but because I think TikTok is actually one of the doper platforms for like just the people to kind of like make names for themselves and like do what they want. And so if it went away, I'm sure something else would
Take its
replace it.
place.
But
Yeah.
I think TikTok's super dope.
Yeah.
That's
What do you?
crazy.
Yeah. What do you think the state of number one Christian media is at, and
Mhm.
then you as a Christian making content that you like or that you're interested in, you're trying out. Um, how does that go hand in hand with kind of spreading the gospel or spreading Jesus? Some people, they're professing Christians, but they're not necessarily preaching Christ, every
Mhm.
5 seconds, just like on a song or a thing or anything on social media. But how do you view it?
Yeah. So Christian media as a whole, I feel like it's dope that more people have voices. But I will say, I feel like I see more Christian content that is doing less of pushing the gospel or just positivity in general in the Christian space, and more so like I don't want to like call out anybody specifically, but like the type of videos where it's like, how is this thing demonic? Or like, did this Christian person do this the perfect way? Where it's just like so
Yeah.
criticizing and nitpicky to where it's like to our own, to where it's like, are we trying to push things forward or just like criticize every Christian that's ever said anything or done anything? Or like,
Yeah.
I really don't like that a lot because I often empathize. And I feel like I could easily see myself like maybe misstepping or like not saying the perfect sentence or expressing something away. And I would hate if
Mhm.
somebody made a video every time I did that to millions of people
A
saying
whole
like,
series.
"It's Darrell, throw up a symbol with it," like I hate that. So, but on the other hand, I do see a lot of like more positive content. Um, as far as specifically like pushing the gospel, I feel like when I think of the content I make, it's less necessarily pushing the gospel. So like obviously I review Christian hip hop music, which
Mhm.
some of those songs are very pushing the gospel and some of them are just more so music for Christians.
Right.
I try to, and I did a decent job at the beginning of the year. I need to do it more next year. But like every week at least have a YouTube video that's like Bible study or like reading the scripture, like very gospel centric, just because without literally the gospel, there's none of the rest of the platform. You like there's no Christian hip hop without the gospel. There's no
Right.
reacting to Christian music. Like none of that, none of this matters if it's not rooted in what I believe in Christ.
Mhm.
So sometimes I'll be like, man, you've got 400 indie react and review videos and like 12 prayer request videos and like 10 Bible study videos. Like that shouldn't be. Like you should be focusing way more.
Mhm.
So I feel like I feel like it's okay to like push like again Christian hip hop because the gospel is in that in different ways
Mhm.
and it's edifying to Christians. I do think, at least for me, I want to challenge myself to be more kind of gospel centric in certain things, at least sometimes,
That's
because
dope.
again, if it's not that, then what am I doing the rest of it for?
Mhm. That's dope. I like that.
Right. Yeah. You got anything else, Jimmy?
Nah, man. So I was here 5 minutes late, not 30 minutes late.
Huh?
So so
More
so
like 40 minutes.
some of this stuff, Ant already covered.
Okay.
It's
All
okay. I
right.
don't mind repeating.
Oh my goodness. Well, in that case, hey, where can people find you, Mitch? I know you got a single that came out like a
Dude,
week ago or 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Yes.
Christmas. Well, it's happy holidays. Christmas
Mhm.
dinner. Christmas music is where it's at. You can find me anywhere at Mitch Darrell, MITCHDARRELL. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I got music, I got reactions, I got whatever it is you're looking for. There's probably something. And yeah, and a Christmas project coming out. Actually, people don't know that, but a Christmas project coming out on what's today, the 11th? It'll be next Friday, called Christmas Should Be Fun Volume 2 with my guy Wayne Classic. So
Okay, there you go. We'll have all that.
You should drop the visualizer for that too, right?
I think just Raised did. We did a collab post with it, but yeah, there's a post.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have all of your stuff in the link in the description.
Appreciate y'all.
But today's verse of the day is Romans 12, chapter 12, verse 11 says, "Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord."
Bars.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Bars.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. And go check out Mitch's channel for the plethora of content that he has. And we'll see you on the next episode of the That's Not Christian podcast. Peace.
Peace.